Now, WXVT Delta Sports.
And welcome back, everyone. I'm Stephen Robinson. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday evening. Well, the theme in tonight's Sportscast, with no disrespect to witches, is this here, the broom. Because every game of highlights we're about to show you, from baseball, softball, basketball, is centered around a sweep. We lead off at Delta State, where the State's been going after their third straight win over Valdosta State. Justin Vincent got the start for the Mean Green, and he was solid at the outset, keeping the Blazers scoreless through 5. In the fourth now, DSU up 2-0. Ben Pickard gets the green light on the 3-0 count and ropes a double down the left field line. Then comes the next batter, next pitch, Jacob Sweeney with one of his 3 hits on the day. He turns on it. In comes Pickard. DSU went up 3-0. However, the Blazers battle back and avoid the sweep. The final here, 8-7 and 10. Statesman will close out their regular season next weekend at home against Mississippi College. Now let's go over to Mississippi Valley State. The Delta Devils wrapping up their series with the SWAC's top team, Alabama State. After getting shut out in the first 2 games, Valley finally gets on the board in the 6th on the sac fly to left off the bat of Chris McRigg. That'll score St. Joe's very own Arrington Smith. However, the Hornets, well, they kept the hits coming early and often, pounding out 20 hits en route to a 28-1 win, keeping their undefeated mark in the SWAC intact at 18-0. They leave Etta Bena with a 3-game sweep. Now to SEC baseball. After beating LSU on Saturday, Mississippi State did something it hadn't done in 10 years. Clinch a series win over the Tigers. Today from Baton Rouge, Dogs try to make it 3 straight over the purple and gold. No bite from the Bullies D, and this one, second baseman Hunter Stovall making the routine look not so routine. E4 allows a run from third to score to even the game at 3. Then in the 5th, LSU runners at the corners. The invisible man is covering second. In comes another run. Tigers go up 6-3. Then later in the inning, make it 8-3. Bryce Jordan leaves the yard, 2-run homer. Final here, LSU avoids the sweep, 11-8. Also in Oxford today, the Rebels going after the sweep over Auburn. Down 5-0 in the 8th. Ole Miss mounts its comeback. Kobe Bortle starts it off with a 2-run shot in the corner and right. That makes it a 5-2 game. Then in the 9th, the Rebels actually push 3 across to tie it with Henry Lartigue at the plate, 2 on. He singles to left center. Tate Blackman on second. Rounds third, heads home, no play at the plate. Rebs win, walk-off style, overcoming a 5-0 deficit in their last 2 at-bats for the 6-5 win to complete the sweep. Softball, senior day for the Lady Statesman trio of Special K's. Number 2, Cassidy Talley. Number 7, Caitlin Westbrook. Number 10, Caitlin Moore. However, spoiling their final home game is Valdosta State. 4th inning, Daniel Patterson's base knock to left pushes in a run to give the Lady Blazers a 5-1 lead. Then later in the inning, Heather Robinson crushes this offering over the wall and left for a 3-run homer. In the final here, Lady Statesman gets swept, dropping the 6th straight, 11-3. They'll go into the GSC tournament on Thursday as a 5 seed against Alabama Huntsville. SWAC softball today, Valley State wins the final game of its 3-game set at Alabama State, 12-10, to avoid from being swept. NBA playoffs, the Wounded Grizzlies doing all they can do to avoid from being eliminated 4-0 to the Spurs today. Game 4 going down from the FedEx Forum. Lance Stevenson doing all he could with a step-back J for 2 of his game-high 26. Grizz up a basket in the first, but in the third, Grizz get a little careless here. And the Spurs, well, they get busy. Danny Green comes up with the steal and the throwdown. Spurs begin to pull away. And later in the half-court set, they go to old man Timmy. Timmy Duncan on the isolated blocks, going to work on Zach Randolph for the contact and conversion. Spurs cruise, wrap up the series 116-95 for the 4-game sweep. And that's a look at sports. And we had one game that just went final just a few minutes ago. The Pistons falling to the Cavs. So the Cavs win that series 4-0 to complete
the sweep.
Yes, so every game, I never had a show like where I had every game involved possible sweep.
I was going to ask you, how does that feel to cover something like that, all sweeps? That's amazing.
I know. I've been here for so many years, and it's never happened. So it may not happen again, but every bit of highlights that I showed, I'm going through, looking at the background in every game, and I say, wait a minute, today is sweep day. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do some house cleaning around here or something to continue with the theme. I don't know, just a thought.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you next weekend.